Hello, Zodiac enthusiasts. Welcome back to Zodiac Talks Tarot, where the stars align to bring you the quirkiest insights. Today, we're decoding the cosmic enigma that is Aquarius. If you think Aquarians are just freedom-loving oddballs with an eccentric streak, buckle up, it's time to dig deeper. Trust me, these water bearers are way more complex than your daily horoscope lets on. First off, let's clear up the basics. Aquarius isn't a water sign. Shocking, right? With their fancy water-pouring logo, you'd assume they're all about emotions. Nope. They're air signs. Think more ideas that blow your mind and less crying during rom-coms. These folks are the ultimate intellectual rebels, always questioning societal norms and somehow managing to look cool while doing it. Need someone to start a debate at 2 a.m. about the future of humanity? Call an Aquarius. But wait, there's more. Did you know January Aquarians and February Aquarians are not the same people? January Aquarians are the visionaries, calculated, logical, and always 10 steps ahead. February Aquarians, on the other hand, are the wild cards of the zodiac, spontaneous, emotional, yes, a little, and prone to unleashing their inner weirdo at the best, or worst, moments. Psychologists would call them independent thinkers. The rest of us just call them unpredictable. 1 minute, they're saving the planet. The next, they're arguing about why pineapple does belong on pizza. It's the sweet-savory balance, people. So, whether you're dealing with a January strategist or a February firecracker, one thing's for sure, Aquarians keep life interesting. Stay tuned for more cosmic fun because every zodiac sign has its quirks, but Aquarius, they own the crown of individuality. Aquarians, the visionary rebels of the zodiac. Aquarius, ruled by the ever-unpredictable Uranus, stands as the zodiac's ultimate trailblazer. Imagine the friend who casually suggests inventing a machine to eliminate world hunger during a coffee break. That's your quintessential Aquarius. These intellectual mavericks are imaginative, forward-thinking, and, frankly, living in the future while the rest of us are still figuring out how to use the latest smartphone update. While some zodiac signs revel in nostalgia or prioritize emotional connections, Aquarians are busy deconstructing societal norms or contemplating the ethics of AI. They're the people who question, why do we even need rules, while simultaneously devising a 10-step plan to revolutionize the education system. Think of them as the eccentric scientists or avant-garde artists of the astrological world, always a few light years ahead of the curve. Now, let's sprinkle in some cosmic trivia. Did you know that Oprah Winfrey and Galileo Galilei were both Aquarians? Coincidence? Definitely not. Oprah's groundbreaking influence and Galileo's revolutionary discoveries perfectly capture Aquarius energy, bold, innovative, and just a smidge rebellious. One transformed the talk show format, the other challenged the very structure of the universe. No big deal. Of course, their Uranian spark comes with quirks. Aquarians are the zodiac's resident visionaries, but they can also seem emotionally aloof. It's not that they don't care, they just have a world to change and only 24 hours in a day. Whether they're brainstorming ways to save the planet or passionately debating the existence of extraterrestrial life, Aquarians ensure life is never boring. So, next time you encounter an Aquarius, buckle up. They might just inspire you to think bigger or at least reconsider your stance on pineapple pizza. January versus February Aquarians, two sides of the cosmic coin. Aquarius, the sign of innovation, independence, and a touch of delightful eccentricity. But did you know that not all Aquarians are cut from the same celestial cloth? The month they're born, January or February, adds a fascinating twist to their already complex personalities. Let's dive in and see how these air sign trailblazers differ. January Aquarians. Meet the lone wolves of the Aquarius tribe. These individuals value independence like it's a priceless treasure. They're the kind of people who'll book a solo trip to the Amazon rainforest just to find themselves, and maybe write a philosophy book while they're at it. Highly intellectual, they thrive on deep debates about abstract ideas, even if everyone else in the room is utterly lost. Small talk? Forget it. If the conversation doesn't involve existential questions or groundbreaking theories, they'll be halfway out the door. Think of them as the philosopher friend who sips their coffee slowly while asking, "But what is the true purpose of humanity?" February Aquarians. Now, here's where things get lively. February Aquarians are the social butterflies of the Zodiac's rebel squad. These folks love connection and shine brightest in group settings, where they can share their innovative ideas and collaborate. Unlike their January counterparts, they're more emotionally in tune and seek deeper, meaningful relationships. They're the friend who organizes a community fundraiser, ropes everyone into volunteering, and somehow makes it all fun. Picture a charismatic leader with a knack for turning big dreams into collective action. That's February Aquarius energy in a nutshell. So, whether you're pondering life with a January Aquarius or saving the world alongside a February Aquarius, one thing's certain, they're never boring. The stars have outdone themselves with this dynamic duo. Communication styles: the thinkers vs. the talkers. Ever text an Aquarius and get responses that range from cryptic one-liners to full-blown essays worthy of a Pulitzer? That's because their communication style varies wildly depending on whether they're a January or February Aquarius. Let's break it down, and yes, it's as fascinating as it sounds. January Aquarians, the reserved thinkers. For January Aquarians, every word matters. These are the folks who'll pause, reflect, and possibly draft 3 versions of their response before hitting send. Conversations with them feel like attending a TED Talk, thought-provoking, insightful, but slightly intense. They're deliberate in their speech and have a knack for delivering dry humor that takes a second to land. When it does, though, it's pure comedic gold. Don't be surprised if they reply to your "How are you?" with a philosophical take on the human condition. February Aquarians, the outgoing talkers. February Aquarians, on the other hand, are the social butterflies of the Zodiac. They're chatty, engaging, and love diving into life's big mysteries with a playful and approachable tone. They make you feel heard, appreciated, and somehow more enlightened after every conversation. Their humor is quick, witty, and downright contagious, the type that has everyone at the party laughing. These Aquarians are the ones who'll text you at midnight with a deep thought, but they'll make it sound like the beginning of a great adventure. Pro tips. For a January Aquarius, come armed with logic, facts, and patience. They'll respect your depth. With February Aquarians, just show up as your authentic self. They'll vibe with your energy and keep the conversation flowing. Whether they're the thinkers or the talkers, Aquarians never fail to keep communication interesting. Learning and curiosity, the philosopher vs. the scientist. Aquarians are like the Zodiac's version of lifelong students, curious, imaginative, and always ready to learn something new. But here's where it gets interesting. Their intellectual obsessions differ depending on their birth month. Let's meet the two distinct learners within Aquarius. January Aquarians, the philosophers. For January Aquarians, curiosity is as vast as the universe itself. These are the deep thinkers who'll spend hours reading about ancient civilizations, pondering the mysteries of existence, or questioning the fabric of reality. If you hear someone passionately discussing existentialism over a cup of tea, chances are, they're a January Aquarius. They don't just want to know what happened, they need to know why and what it means for humanity. Their pursuit of knowledge is expansive, driven by a desire to uncover the interconnectedness of all things. February Aquarians, the scientists. February Aquarians, on the other hand, have their gaze fixed firmly on the future. They're the innovators and tech enthusiasts of the Zodiac, geeking out over the latest AI breakthroughs or experimenting with 3D printing just for fun. For them, curiosity isn't just about understanding, it's about applying that knowledge to solve real-world problems. Whether it's renewable energy or the next big tech revolution, February Aquarians are the ones shaping the world of tomorrow. The takeaway: while January Aquarians are likely to debate the meaning of life, February Aquarians might just invent a gadget to make life easier. One is pondering the stars, and the other is building a rocket to get there. Together, they represent the beautiful spectrum of Aquarius curiosity: profound, practical, and endlessly fascinating. Relationships: balancing independence and connection. Aquarius in relationships, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. How does the Zodiac's freethinker navigate love? Unsurprisingly, the answer depends on whether they're a January or February Aquarius. Let's dive into the romantic world of these water bearers. January Aquarians, the independent spirits. For January Aquarians, independence isn't just a preference, it's a core part of their identity. While they're loyal, caring partners, they thrive on having their own space and freedom to explore life on their terms. Love them? Great. Just don't expect them to text you 24/7 or share their calendar without hesitation. They adore you, but they also adore solo vacations and the occasional hermit phase. For them, a perfect relationship is one where both partners can grow individually while supporting each other from a healthy distance. February Aquarians, the emotionally attuned connectors. February Aquarians bring a slightly different energy to relationships. While they still cherish their independence, they're more emotionally open and eager to build deep, meaningful connections with their partners. They're the ones who'll surprise you with heartfelt gestures or spend hours discussing your dreams and fears. Think of them as the sweet spot between commitment and personal freedom. They create stability without losing their adventurous spirit. Pro tip for partners: whether you're with a January or February Aquarius, one rule applies: respect their need for freedom. It's not a nice to have for them, it's essential. Give them room to breathe, and they'll reward you with loyalty, honesty, and a relationship that feels refreshingly unique. With Aquarians, love is never conventional, it's an exciting journey filled with discovery and just the right amount of space. Health and wellness: alternative thinkers versus practical planners. When it comes to health and wellness, Aquarians, true to form, take their own unique paths. Whether they lean toward ancient traditions or modern science often depends on their birth month. Let's explore how January and February Aquarians approach staying healthy. January Aquarians, the holistic healers. January Aquarians are the free spirits of the wellness world. These are the folks signing up for yoga retreats in Bali or experimenting with herbal remedies for every ailment. What do you mean you've never tried turmeric shots or crystal healing? They'll ask, genuinely surprised. Physical activities that merge discipline and creativity like martial arts, hiking, or even Tai Chi tend to draw them in. Their approach to wellness is as unconventional as they are, focusing on balance, connection to nature, and a touch of the mystical. February Aquarians, the evidence-based experts. February Aquarians, on the other hand, take a more pragmatic approach to health. These are the analytical thinkers who'll pore over research before committing to a treatment plan. They're firm believers in science and tend to gravitate toward traditional Western medicine. But don't mistake them for being entirely conventional. Mental and emotional well-being is just as important to them. They're the ones showing up to mindfulness workshops or therapy sessions, armed with a journal and a genuine desire to understand themselves better. The takeaway: while January Aquarians might swear by sound baths and Reiki, February Aquarians are more likely to book their annual check UPS without a reminder. Either way, both are deeply committed to staying healthy just on their own terms. With Aquarians, even health is an adventure. Why everyone loves Aquarians? Let's take a moment to celebrate the Zodiac's true originals, Aquarians. These fascinating individuals are adored for their big brains, bigger hearts, and a knack for standing out in the best possible way. Whether they're lost in thought or rallying the masses to save the planet, Aquarians bring an energy that's equal parts inspiring and unforgettable. First, let's talk about their mind-blowing originality. Aquarians are the trailblazers of the Zodiac, always coming up with new ideas and fresh perspectives. They'll dream up solutions to problems most people haven't even noticed yet. You need someone to design a plan to colonize Mars or end world hunger. Call an Aquarius, they've already got it sketched out. But it's not just their brains that win people over, it's their hearts, too. Aquarians are natural-born humanitarians. They care deeply about making the world a better place and are often found championing causes like climate change, social justice, or even the rights of squirrels. Yes, that's a thing they'd do. Their passion is contagious, and they have a unique way of inspiring everyone around them to be their best selves. Of course, no discussion about Aquarians would be complete without a hilarious anecdote. Picture this: an Aquarius spends hours organizing a protest against global warming, meticulously planning every detail except they forget to bring a jacket and end up freezing at their own event. It's the kind of charming, absent-minded genius that only an Aquarius can pull off. In short, people love Aquarians because they're a perfect mix of intellect, compassion, and just the right amount of quirky chaos. They make the world brighter, one eccentric idea at a time. How to keep an Aquarius hooked, a survival guide. So, you've found yourself trying to keep an Aquarius engaged. Congratulations! You're dealing with one of the Zodiac's most fascinating, and occasionally perplexing, individuals. It's not impossible, but it does take a little finesse. Here's your cheat sheet to win their attention and keep it. 1. Challenge their intellect. Aquarians live for mental stimulation. A good debate or a thought-provoking puzzle is like candy for their brain. Want to see an Aquarius light up? Hit them with a "what if we could time travel, but only backward" conversation, or invite them to solve a mystery with you. Just be ready for them to argue their point like they're defending their PhD thesis. 2. Be authentic. Here's the thing about Aquarians, they have a sixth sense for insincerity. If you're fake, they'll see right through it and mentally check out faster than you can say, "Let's hang out." The good news? You don't have to be perfect, just be real. Share your quirks, your passions, and even your weird hobbies. They'll love it. 3. Celebrate their quirks. Speaking of quirks, Aquarians are unapologetically unconventional. Whether it's their unique fashion sense or their offbeat humor, they thrive on standing out. The quickest way to their heart? Laugh at their odd jokes, cheer for their wild ideas, and never, ever try to make them conform. 4. Give them space. Here's the golden rule: don't smother an Aquarius. They need room to breathe, think, and, let's be honest, disappear into their own world sometimes. Respect their independence, and they'll come back to you even more excited to share their latest revelations. In short, if you keep their mind buzzing, their quirks appreciated, and their freedom intact, you'll have an Aquarius happily engaged and maybe even a little obsessed with you. Aquarians, the eccentric innovators we all adore. Aquarians are, without a doubt, one of a kind. Whether they're born in January or February, they bring their own unique blend of creativity, independence, and trailblazing innovation to the world. They're not just another zodiac sign, they're a cosmic enigma, wrapped in layers of individuality that keep us endlessly intrigued. What makes them truly special? It's the fact that even among Aquarians, no two are quite alike. January Aquarians lean into their philosophical, independent side, while February Aquarians channel their emotional depth and social charm. They're like two sides of the same brilliant coin, different, but equally fascinating. So, the next time you encounter an Aquarius, take a moment to appreciate their complexity. Maybe they're brainstorming a world-changing idea or quietly pondering the mysteries of the universe. Maybe they're connecting with you on a level so deep it feels like they've read your mind. Whatever it is, know this: they're not just different from other zodiac signs, they're different from each other, and that's what makes them so captivating. And hey, if you are an Aquarius, we'd love to hear from you. Are you a January philosopher, contemplating the meaning of life over your morning coffee? Or are you a February connector, rallying the troops for your next big idea? Drop it in the comments, we're dying to know. Thanks for tuning in to Zodiac Talks Tarot. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more cosmic insights, quirky humor, and deep dives into the zodiac world. And remember, with Aquarians in our lives, the universe is always a little brighter and a lot more interesting.